All right, this big pretty thing. Woo! How much you think this one weigh? This the 27-pound squash?
I think that's the 20. Probably 25.
This one probably about 25 pounds. All right, y'all. So let's cut into this thing and see what it looked like. Let me wash this off. Smell kind of pumpkinish. Seeds, save the seeds.
Everybody gonna squash next year.
You get a squash seed. So we wanted to get the seeds out, clean it out just like that. All right, so I just stuck the seeds inside this bowl for now. It reminds me of a pumpkin. It smells like a pumpkin. The seeds, you know, the inside is like a pumpkin. So I'm sure you can roast these like pumpkin seeds and eat them. I'll check out the benefits of that, but I'm gonna set it to the side, cover it up, set it to the side for now. So I only cleaned one side of it. This is a lot of squash. Let me see. Oh. It don't taste like a pumpkin though, at all. So, have a sheet pan. Actually, it don't taste bad at all. Spray. This is just olive oil. I sprayed it a little bit. Let me think. Trying to figure out, do I want to cut this again? Kind of want to cut it in wedges because you coming to taste this, babe? It don't taste bad. It definitely don't taste like pumpkin at all.
No, I like when you pumpkin is that thick.
Huh?
Pumpkin is not that thick.
I just taste a tiny piece. It don't taste bad. It don't taste like.
You need to cook some. You gonna make a pie with these?
I'm gonna roast it and then I'm gonna. It don't really taste like nothing. Woo! Sucker ain't easy to cut.
It's a lot of food.
Yep.
It's a lot of meat.
One can feed a lot. The package said that these get up to 20 pounds. We ain't had none that was 20 pounds. Preheat my oven to 350. Most of this I'm gonna leave just like this. I'm not gonna put anything on it. Just this one wedge. I put a little bit of brown sugar and vanilla. Even on the pan. It's a little brown sugar and vanilla. And I'm gonna stick it in the oven just like this. For about 45 minutes and let it roast. Meanwhile, let's fight with this crust. Y'all pray for me. Me and the crust do not get along, but we getting better. We getting better. So as soon as our oven finish preheating, I'm gonna stick this in and then we'll start our pack crust. Alexa, set timer for 45 minutes.
Good afternoon, Sherry. 45 minutes.
Oi.
Starting now.
This one, I'm gonna wrap up and maybe cut it up for our neighbors. I don't know. We gotta see. I might give them some. Oh my goodness, it's just a lot. I may give them a wedge so they can cook themselves and see how they like this, because we got tons of seeds now and they may want to grow this next year. But of course you want to cook it a few different ways to see how you and your family may prefer it. So that's not even half of this one squash. So it's a lot. It is a lot. So I'm gonna wrap it up now, set it to the side so we can work on our crust. All right, fam. So I am probably one of the worst pie crust makers in the world, but what I refuse to do is give up. So I still try. So I think these are the measurements for one pie crust-ish, something like that. It's about 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm not worried about the flour. I'm gonna put about 2 1/4, just to make sure. I ain't worried about the flour that fell because I'm gonna need to dust my surface anyhow. I'm gonna use powdered sugar, just a little bit. I don't want to make it sweet, but I do want it to have nice flavor. And a dash of salt. Redmond's real salt like that, not just any salt. So I'm gonna hit this a couple times. Like that. I have shortening and 1 stick of butter. I'm gonna cube my butter. I just took it out of the refrigerator. I just took my shortening out of the refrigerator also. You want these things really cold, so you don't want room temperature. For the most part, I've seen it so many different ways. It's all up to you. But the last time I made pie crust, it turned out decent when I did it this way, coming straight out of the refrigerator. So I am going to cut this up in smaller cubes. I'm going to add a few. Then I'm going to toss it just to get them mixed in a little bit. Cut a few more. Add those in. Hit it a few more times. So I just do this until I get my entire stick in, because I hear over mixing is a thing. We don't want to over mix. That's that. And a little bit of shortening. About that much. Okay. Put this top on. So here I have ice water. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of ice water first, and I'm going to pulse it a couple times. I'm going to take what I have learned. I'm going to add 2 more. It's taking my time. Then I won't waste a bunch of ingredients. Let's add 3 more. and it's hard to say, you know, add 3, 6, 10 teaspoons because depending on your climate and humidity. You may need more, you may need less. That's what I wanted to do. Ball up and form a ball. I'm gonna stop here because I don't want to overdo it. Better yet, let's hit it a couple more times. Good, 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 good. I always either add too much flour or something, or too much water. So I learned that I had to slow down and take my time and do this. I am going to flour my surface. I'm not going to really knead this. I'm just going to help it come together because I don't want to handle this much. I just want it to come together good, like that. But I didn't want it to stick. I'm going to wash this because I'm going to use this once I pie crust. Once I squash come out of the oven, we're going to use that again. Okay, good enough. Leave it alone. Get you a piece of saran wrap. Wrap it up. Stick it in the refrigerator. I just took my dough out of the refrigerator. I'll go ahead and roll it out and see what we got. I did dust my surface a little bit more. I want to make it as round as I can. I fold mine in half to get it in my dish. And then I can work it out better. That's pretty good. I'm gonna tuck these little edges I got around here. It ain't perfect, but it's done. All right, fam. So I'm gonna put my pie crust in the oven. I'm gonna pull this squash out so we can get filling ready for our pies. I am gonna pull out my KitchenAid just because it's easier. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna mix all of this. See what we got. I might make some mashed potatoes. Bobby mentioned mashed, it ain't potatoes, it's mashed squash. So I may make some just to see how we like that also, but I made 2 pie crusts, so I'm gonna pop those in the oven. These things, there's a lot of water in there, but squash does hold a lot of water. So let me pop these in. Alexa, set timer for 20 minutes.
20 minutes, starting now.
Okie dokie. It smells so good, y'all. So good. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to puree some of this squash. Oh my God. It's crazy how good it's smelling here. I am going to take this off. I wanted it to be nice and tender, and it is nice and tender. I left it in the oven for about an hour and 15 minutes. Because I did have big pieces. So now I want to, this piece is the piece that I put the brown sugar on, which I have tried. It is good, but it do need a whole lot more. I don't know, weirdly. I didn't expect it to taste bad, but it tastes pretty good, even just by itself. So I'm gonna cut this this skin off, and I'm gonna stick this in my food processor, and then we'll go ahead and make our squash pie. Now, I am pretty much going to make this squash pie like I make sweet potato pie for the most part. My mom taught me how to make sweet potato pie a long time ago. I don't eat sweet potato pie, but I know from a certain smell and the way it looks, what it should when it's good. And my husband can eat my sweet potato pie, so they must be edible. Shit. We're gonna go ahead and get this thing. Look, I don't want to leave no skin on here. In the food processor, and then we'll move on to what's next. When I make sweet potato pie, I don't use a food processor. I'm just using it because I got it. Our butter and sugar is well combined. I'm going to put a dash of salt in here. I'm going to add a little bit of lemon extract. Vanilla extract. You can never have too much vanilla. I'm using evaporated milk. You can use half and half, whatever you choose. My mom taught me to use evaporated milk when I'm making pies. So that's what I still do. I'm going to pour about 3/4 of this can in here. That should help cool it off some. I'm going to add 1 egg at a time. I'm going to put about 2 eggs in here. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put maybe 3 eggs in here. I'm going to use pumpkin spice. You can just use, because this already got my cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice in it. So, I was going to put cinnamon and a little bit of nutmeg. That might be enough. I may add some extra cinnamon in a minute. I'll see. Add a little flour in here to help. Alexa, stop. I'm going to put about 4 good tablespoons in here. Should be good enough. I'm going to stop it and scrape down my side. I need more cinnamon for sure. So I am going to add more cinnamon in here. about a teaspoon of baking powder. Cinnamon. This is just cinnamon because I think I need more. Scrape down those sides. Get my pie crust out. I gotta clean up a little bit. Pie crust, just took it out the oven, but look, it's pulling away from the. I should use baking weights, and I didn't. I know I should use baking weights. I usually put rice or beans in here or popcorn before I bake it, but I didn't, being lazy. Anywho, it's still okay. Seem a little runny, but I'm gonna roll with it. I'm gonna bake this on 350 for about an hour and 15 minutes. I'm gonna watch it, but at least a good hour. I'll just start checking it in around an hour. You shouldn't eat this, but I tried it because they got raw egg in it. I can eat this. It ain't even done yet, and it tastes good. So let's pop these in the oven, and I'll see y'all in about an hour when we pull it out. Hour and a half, hour and 15 minutes or so. Just keep your eye on it. We'll see what it look like when we cut it. So we'll be back in a little while.
But my work routine is a little more exciting these days. Yeah. My wife and I have been having sex a lot more.
Oh, good. I'm glad they were improving for you, Mr. Dunn.
I was about to burn these up. I forgot they were in the oven.
Time is down.
So we'll let these cool off, and then we'll come back and cut them, since I didn't burn them off.
Nothing to say to any that I'm aware that you still hold your gratitude. And honestly,
All right, family. We are done. I think they have cooled enough, and I'm waiting for my taste tester to come so we can try squash pie for the first time ever.
Wow, I look like sweet potato.
It looked like sweet potato.
Yes, it's gonna taste like sweet potato.
We're gonna find out. So, which one you want to cut? This one I spilled this stuff. I was like, oops. Oopsie.
Gotta try this.
Huh? Is this a trial piece?
Yeah.
Well,
I got a little piece of that.
it do. I got him.
You trying?
Y'all try it first.
Mm-hmm.
It's squash, y'all. Homemade pie crust.
Wow, that smells like sweet potato. Let's see. Oh, yeah. That is good.
That's squash.
That's sweet potato. That is crazy. That is super good. Oh wow.
So I tasted before I put it in the oven, which I know I shouldn't do because it had raw eggs. But I survived my childhood. And I was like, that's good.
Yeah, really good. Wow. I can't believe it turned out like that.
So I do have like 3 big wedges for my neighbors.
We got a bunch of them over there on the table. So
And we got a bunch more on the table.
so what you need to do is take some over there to them, let them taste the pie.
And then give them their piece.
Yeah,
And
so
let
they
them do
can
what they
actually
want.
know what the potential is.
Oh.
This is amazing. Like, hey, is sweet potato bad for you and squash good for you? Hey, get me with the squash pie.
It's
All
good.
day long.
It's good. So I will link the I will link the recipe the best way I can. I didn't measure for the most part. I pretty much made it like I make sweet potato pie. We just use squash instead of sweet potato.
Ain't nobody gonna believe this squash.
I know. So if you ever had squash pie, let us know. If you ever cooked this or had this any other way, let us know. Squash pie.
Now, I must say, both sweet potatoes and this plant make a mess in your yard. They just grow everywhere. But
You know you getting these if you got them.
yeah, you get man, like a whole lot of product out of one of these.
That one we could have made probably a good 12 pies, 10 to 12 pies.
Imagine how many sweet potatoes you got to harvest to be able to do that. And I think it's a good deal. Like,
This is enough for another pie. This is more pureed sweet potato, and that was the last wedge that I had on the sheet pan. I made the 2 pies, and then we have all this left. So imagine how many pies or how many meals this can be. I say
we still
don't
got
grow
what,
sweet potato
75, 80, 100 pounds of.
left on the table. And what I don't like about growing sweet potato is you don't know if you actually growing sweet potato or just leaves. And unfortunately, the first year we tried to grow sweet potato, we found out we wasn't growing anything but leaves. With this,
Got a lot of leaves though.
we grow a lot of leaves. We got a whole lot of food. And now we can feed 3 more families with this right here
Which one of
across the
these?
street.
You think you get what, 2 pies out of this?
Yeah, no. Yeah, probably two bags out of it. Plus some for meals because you only need like 2 cups. I'm using big pie crust, but you only need like 2 cups of puree for a pie.
So, I mean, y'all stay tuned for the savory dish.
Yes.
So we gotta come up with a savory dish. This is a winner. I mean, there's nobody that like pies that won't like this.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you can be notified. And if you're on Facebook,
Look at my
Follow
wife
along.
with the perfect crust.
ah!